Hey everyone, today I'm coming at you guys with a foundation review plus a demo of the Kat Von D Lock It Longwear foundation, and it looks like this. This recently came out, so I was looking on YouTube when I was thinking about purchasing this foundation, and I noticed that not a lot of reviews were out, so I thought, you know what, that has to change. I'm going to do a review as soon as I get it, because there were a lot of reviews on Makeup Alley, but just not on YouTube, not video reviews where people show how they're applying this, and I just thought, well, maybe this will be helpful for you guys if you guys are wondering whether or not you guys would like this foundation. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be. Let's start off with the color selection. There are 14 shades in the Kat Von D Lock It Longwear foundation line, and this foundation has a lot of undertones, which is something I really do like. There are pink undertones, there are yellow undertones, there are neutral undertones, but the way that it's stated in terms of with this foundation, they're called beige. So if you guys see online that it says beige undertone, that's what it's referring to. It's a neutral undertone, so there is a lot of shades. That being said, I could not find my perfect shade. Some of them were too pink, some of them were too light, some of them were too dark. When I first went in there, I got shade number 62, which looks a little like this, and I will swatch it. This is a sample. And I know that looks like it's a good shade, but when it comes down to it, once it sets and oxidizes and all of that stuff, it's not a good shade. So that's what it looks like swatched on my hand. You guys can see it's really dark, and we'll let that set for a bit. Anyways, so I bought it, and I knew it was too dark for me. I knew it was, but I was like, I'll just mix it with the foundation. So I tried mixing it with this, but it still wasn't giving me the results that I wanted. It was not the perfect color, and not just that, I ended up using a lot more of this than what I needed to because I had to get the perfect color, and since this one's more pigmented, this color overpowered this one, if that makes any sense. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go in and get a lighter foundation. And I was thinking about going to the actual store and just exchanging it, but I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and order it online because I don't know when I'm gonna be able to go to a Sephora. So long story short, I ordered 54, and that's the shade that this one is, as you guys can see right here. And, oh, you guys can see that. That one looks a little bit like this. I'll do a little swatch. Like this. Mind you, this was me guessing online, so you guys see that? Oh, wait, do you see that? It looks a little light, but once it oxidizes, it matches me just fine, so I don't think you can even see that. Anyways, so that's my story with the shade selection. I wish they did have a lot more warm undertones because the shade 58, which would have been my perfect depth, is too pink. See, the thing is, I tried mixing this with my sample that I had, and it's still, the shade ends up looking too orange for me. So I think what I decided was I'm just gonna use this and warm it up with a darker foundation or a bronzer, and that's been working pretty good for me, so yeah. So as you guys can see, this is shade 54 and that's shade 62, if you guys were wondering what swatches, what those looked like. Let me read to you the claims that come in the packaging. The packaging is really cute. It looks like this, and it has your shade right there, and it has this really pretty floral thing that kind of looks like this one, and it says full coverage, 24-hour wear, transfer resistant, matte finish, fragrance-free, oil-free, and for all skin types. Now, I do agree with the full coverage claim. Okay, if you guys have ever used Revlon Color Stay Liquid Foundation, that pretty much looks like tinted moisturizer compared to this. I kid you not, this has really good coverage. It has amazing coverage. I can't get over how amazing this is. You do not need a lot of this, and I think that's what makes it so cost efficient, because yes, it is $34, but use so little of it. I've been using this for a week, and I haven't really made a dent in the foundation, so that makes me happy. As far as the packaging, it does come with this pump right here, as you guys can see, and it comes with this little like pump that you just push, and the product just kind of comes out, and it is a what is it called? One of those air pumps. So once this foundation starts getting finished, you will see it slowly going up. I think that's the best way to get the most out of all your foundation, just because it really does suck it up all, into the pump until you have no more. It comes with two kind of tubes. The bigger one is this clear one that has the name and this, and then the inside one has a bit of a floral kind of design. And the back, again, just claims what the box itself says, so you guys can see that. And on the bottom is the shade. You guys can see. Wait, shade. So I'm medium 54. This is the best one that I could find. Oh, hey. Thickness, this is a bit thick. It's not like a liquid foundation. I would kind of say it's more of a cream foundation in terms of consistency, but when it's on your skin, it's so lightweight. Like, if you've ever tried Revlon Color Stay, I'm sorry I'm comparing it so much to this, but that's the best comparison I can find because most everyone's tried Revlon Color Stay. Anyways, if you've tried Revlon Color Stay, you guys know how thick and masky that feels. And this does not. It feels very lightweight, and it doesn't even feel like you have makeup on. This does have a matte finish, so as with all matte finishes, you do have to take some extra precautions. But then again, most full coverage foundations are matte finish, so you do have to make sure that you've moisturized and primed. I just moisturize my skin right now. I'm not going to prime because my skin has been going through some breakouts and I haven't found the culprit, so I'm kind of trying not to use too many products. So yeah, this is definitely a matte finish. Is amazing for oily skin people. If you have dry skin, you're definitely going to have to do a really thick moisturizer underneath this, but you can probably still get away with using it. It does dry up kind of fast in terms of you can't just put this all over your face and then go in and blend it. You're going to have to work in sections at a time. It doesn't dry because this does dry pretty fast. As far as I'm concerned, this did not cause me any acne. I kind of thought it might have because of the breakout that I started getting, but my skin's really sensitive and acne prone, so if it had maybe breakout, I would let you guys know and the results would have been there by now. I think what broke me out was this other skincare thing that I was using, which kind of upsets me because it's supposed to help get rid of hyperpigmentation, and instead it caused me pimples, which made it more hyperpigmented. The price is $34. With tax and everything, it comes out to $36.32. I have the receipt right here. So just keep that in mind. It is a bit expensive, but I think it's really worth it. It's one of those foundations that just makes it worth it. Like the actual pigment and just everything about it, I really do love it. And it is kind of expensive. I was kind of like, do I even want to spend this much money? But I bit the bullet, and I'm really happy I did because I'm in love with this foundation, and I might just call it my holy grail foundation, and I've never really had a holy grail foundation, so that's how good it is. And you guys know how picky I am with foundations. This is a Sephora exclusive, just like all Kat Von D products, so if you guys do want this foundation, you're gonna have to go to a Sephora. I don't think this oxidizes personally. I find that once you put it on your face, it does look light, but then once it kind of sets and dries, it does turn into more of a darker color than what this kind of looks like. So just keep that in mind when choosing a shade. Try it on your face before judging whether or not you think it's a good match. I think all the claims are true. I really do love it. This is an amazing foundation. And it's so lightweight that I feel like you can get away with wearing it every day if you need to. This is amazing for acne sufferers. I'm one of them, and it's amazing. It just covers your acne, and it just still looks so flawless and natural, and it just, if you do it the right way, it'll look really natural and you won't even feel like you have makeup on. So I really would recommend this product. I know a lot of you guys are probably debating between the Naked Skin Foundation, I don't know exactly what it's called, the Urban Decay Naked Foundation, and this one. If you guys are debating, get this one. This one's it's cheaper than the other one. I think the other one's $37. It has more pigment. The shade, the lightest shade in this one is lighter than the one in the Urban Decay one. Because it does have more pigment, it will last you longer. So I really would recommend this one over the Urban Decay one. So if you guys were wondering, yes, I would recommend this foundation 100 times. I really love it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started with the demo because I've been talking for really long. So this is the demo, guys. Already moisturized my skin, and I'm not going to apply primer because I think my skin's just not going to react too nicely to that. This has a matte finish, and if you don't take the right steps towards before applying it, it's going to look really fake and just not how it should look. So here's the foundation, and I'm just going to show you guys how this works. I'm going to take, that was one pump, I think. That was more like 3/4 of a pump. I didn't take the whole thing. That is all I'm going to need for my face, and this is going to give me full coverage. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of grab some of this and dot it. Like that. And like I told you guys, this is a foundation that you should definitely apply a moisturizer underneath this. And it just gives amazing coverage. You can, of course, blend this in with your fingers, but I'm applying it with a kabuki brush. You can use this Everyday Minerals one that I have, or you can also use the e.l.f. complexion brush, which looks like this. I find that they would both work well, as long as it's a dense brush that really will get into the nooks and crannies and just blend it, because this foundation requires blending. So you guys can see what that looks like. So I'm going to take a little bit more with my finger, and I'm just going to dab this on my face. And you guys can see I'm not doing a lot, and it's giving me, I think it's giving me full coverage really nicely. And this shade, it's a little bit lighter than me, but it matches my face, so I kind of just use some bronzer to kind of lighten it up. Or not lighten it up, to darken it. So, la la la. You can even use this under your eyes. It would get rid of those bags that, you know, a lot of people have under their eyes. So I'm pretty much done with the application, and I have full coverage, and this is just one light layer, and this is what it looks like. And I still have some left over. You guys can see that. I still have some foundation left over, so if I wanted to, I could take this and probably, you know, maybe conceal those areas like that, wherever I have those blemishes. Let's see right here if it covers this one up. And then just kind of pat it in there, stipple. Yeah, you guys can see. Obviously, it's not going to get rid of the bumps. So what I do with this little bit that I have left over, I kind of just put it right here on my neck, because we don't want two different colors. And I kind of just blend this kind of down just a bit so that it all kind of just blends in really seamlessly. So as you guys can see, I didn't even use a full pump. I just used 3/4 of a pump, and you guys saw how little product that was. That was nothing, honestly. That was not a lot of product. My skin's kind of irritated, so I should probably stop buffing. I know a lot of you have been wondering about this foundation, so I thought I would get this out of, well, not get this out of the way, but get this out as soon as possible, since a lot of people are wondering about this foundation. Just one thing, the packaging, it gets kind of dirty, like fingerprints and stuff, but I don't really care, because I don't really care. So yeah, this is the foundation review and demo of the Kat Von D Lock It Longwear Foundation. And I really, honestly, if there's a foundation that I would recommend right now, it's this one. And I'm completely in love with this foundation. I cannot stress that enough. I don't think I've ever been so excited about a foundation like this one. This one's, it's amazing. And Kat Von D, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, but you're doing a really good job with this foundation, because it's amazing. I love it. And so yeah, I would really recommend this foundation. And as you guys can see, this is lighter than my neck, but it looks natural because my skin is naturally like that. If I am having problems with it, I will just take a bronzer like this one, and I will just kind of add some warmth to the edges of my skin to kind of give the effect of this foundation looking like it matches me, even though it doesn't. But it's okay, because we can make it work. So that's what I would do. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments below if you do check out this foundation and what you guys think of it. If you guys like it, if you guys don't like it, go and get a sample of it. Honestly, there's nothing to lose with a sample. I just bought it because I read so many good reviews on Makeup Alley, and I was looking for a good foundation. So that's pretty much it. This is my foundation review and demo. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, and I will be sure to get to them. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget, stay flawless. Bye, guys.